What happens when your boss tries to replace you with interns? I worked in media intelligence, which is a very niche field in my country. I first joined as an assistant after switching from the hospitality industry. It was a big career jump, but I was excited because I wanted to move into media and learn something new. I worked hard every day, and even though I started with zero knowledge, I learned everything from the beginning. Within 6 months, I became very good at my job. I was part of a small 3-person team, and I was lucky to have an amazing boss and a very supportive colleague. They were both industry veterans who knew everything and were patient teachers. They helped me grow quickly, and I became confident with both systems the company used. Unfortunately, upper management was terrible. In just 1 year, the company changed direction 4 times, created constant stress, and pushed good people away. My boss and colleague decided to leave, and they asked me to join them. But I was young, eager, and determined to prove myself, so I stayed. Looking back, I should have left with them. After they left, I was the only person left in the team. Suddenly, I was handling multiple markets, technical support, and daily operations all alone. My manager told me I needed to be on call at all times, but she didn't offer any extra pay or benefits. I was annoyed but still agreed because I wanted to show that I was responsible. Soon I was working 13-hour days, sometimes longer, and the stress started affecting my health. I kept asking my manager to hire more staff, but she always said, "We don't have the budget." I felt overworked and ignored. Then the CEO visited. He liked talking to me because I was the only one who understood both the old and new systems, but he was extremely cheap and always tried to avoid spending money. During dinner, he asked what changes I wanted in the company. I told him the main thing I needed was 2 new hires. He refused and repeated the same budget excuse. Then I asked for a promotion and a raise, and he said I didn't have enough experience. That made me angry because I'd been running the entire department alone. I had almost 3 weeks of saved PTO because I had been too busy to take leave. After months of long shifts, I desperately needed rest. But when I tried to apply for leave, my manager threatened to fire me if I took it, saying no one else could handle my duties. I took the leave anyway. I needed to save my mental health more than that job. When I returned, I found 2 unfamiliar people sitting in my area. I asked who they were, and my manager calmly told me they were my replacements. She said my notice period was 2 months, and that I had to train them before leaving. She thought she had everything under control, but she forgot one major detail. She had no idea how the systems actually worked, so she couldn't tell whether I trained them correctly or not. She told me to train the interns only on the legacy system, saying they needed to understand the roots of the company. She said she would handle everything else. Since those were her instructions, I followed them exactly. I taught the interns everything about the old system, but did not share my detailed notes or shortcuts for the new system that we used every day for operations. She never asked me about the new system because she didn't know how it worked herself. In my final week, everything collapsed. My manager suddenly realized the interns only knew how to use the old system, which the company barely used anymore. They had no idea how to run the new system that handled daily tasks. She panicked and called a meeting with the CEO and managing director. They questioned me, asking why I hadn't trained the interns properly. I explained that I trained them exactly as instructed. My manager denied everything, so I forwarded the email, where she clearly told me what to do. The meeting ended very quickly after that, and no one spoke another word. After leaving the company, I knew they would call. A week later, my manager called, begging me to come back, saying the firing was just a prank, and that they needed me urgently. I told her I would only consider returning if they paid me triple my salary. She called me crazy and hung up. 2 months later, a friend from another department told me the whole team is falling apart. The interns still can't run the systems. Deadlines are being missed, and my old manager is drowning in problems. Honestly, I feel relieved. I gave everything to that company, and they treated me like I was disposable. Leaving was the best decision I ever made.